Hard players. So once again, Brian Mcknight is being drugged all over the social media streets for allegedly being a deadbeat dad. Y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat. Let's talk about the happenings of Brian Mcknight and what sparked this whole thing to come up again. So back in January, Brian Mcknight and I believe his wife of about 5 years had a baby boy. Now, they previously had another son, but that son passed away. And this right here is their rainbow baby. And they named him Brian Mcknight. Now, Brian Mcknight welcoming his new son is definitely not a reason for the social media streets to be upset, especially after losing one. But what is giving the social media streets pause is the name of the child. As I told you, it's Brian Mcknight. And you see here, he says, my namesake, my joy, my baby boy. Well, hunty, the social media streets are talking about that name because Brian Mcknight already has a son by the name of Brian Mcknight Jr. And let's go on from here. Brian's wife, Leilani, has some children of her own, and Brian seems to have taken these children in as his own, which is what he should do. But many people are noting that it seems that he's left his biological children behind. On one post, Brian Mcknight posted about his wife, Leilani's daughter, saying, Jules, I became a girl dad because of you, and I couldn't have asked for a better daughter. Well, Brian has his own daughter, who is an adult now by the name of Brianna. In another post by Brian about his stepdaughter, Jules, he has bought her a very expensive vehicle for her birthday, saying that she is the best daughter ever. I went all up and down his Instagram account. I saw no mention of his biological children. In fact, if you see here in the bio, he says he's the father of all of his wife's children. Now, like I told you before, honey, Brian Mcknight's relationship or lack thereof with his biological children has been subject to social media scrutiny before, so much so that he has addressed this in the past. He basically said that he never missed a child support payment. He has been there for his children. One of his sons directed a video for him. One of his other sons wrote a song. He paid for an apartment for them. His wife actually gave them a job at a hospital that she was working at, but they didn't want to stop smoking is what he alleged.
I've never missed a day of child support. I've never done anything adverse to my children whatsoever. I guess one of my only faults is I gave my children everything that I didn't have in the hopes that they would appreciate it, because I know how much I would have appreciated it. I've been there. When I put them out of my house, I gave them an apartment for 2 years. And I said, guys, this is it. This is the time to grow up. I'm giving you 2 years. I'm going to pay for everything for 2 years, but you're going to have to work or do something, because at the end of those 2 years, that's going to be it. She wants to have the nuclear family as much as I did, and they have spit in her face at every turn. She got them jobs at the hospital, $18 an hour with benefits and with the option of the hospital actually paying for them to go back to school. They said, and I quote, that they knew they didn't want to stop smoking. And BJ broke into our home a few months ago, and he put X's on the eyes of our wedding photos. And then he put a photo of my first wedding on Leilani's vanity. It was at that moment, and after I heard him say, and was pointed to from other friends of mine that saw his posts on social media, that he basically said that I was better off dead to him than alive. I was more, and even in family, there's a line that shouldn't and should not ever be crossed. And let's also remember that these kids are 30 and 27, not 12. It's time for grown men to be grown men.
Now, his daughter did address all of the controversy on her Instagram, basically saying that she has not heard from her father in years. And Brian's ex-wife, Julie, did address everything, saying that she loves her sons with all of her heart. It appears that Brian Mcknight and his biological children have had some issues in the past that they haven't been able to move beyond. I understand creating healthy boundaries for yourself, but when does that become unhealthy? Because these are your biological children. Players, I really want to know what you think about this. Put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mo for the Black Written.